Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Dan H, and today on the project, we're getting angry. Angry eyes, that is. So, on the last video, I noticed that I showed a nice front-end picture of the Jeep, and you could clearly see this line going across the headlights. Now, I figured I'd have to explain myself. See, what I did was, when I put these headlights in, I made angry eyes. I used matching black paint with the vehicle. Same paint code, PX8, I believe, and looked really good. I even also blended in my pinstripe that I have, going from the corner where the pinstripe ends all the way to the center screw of the headlight bezel. And I thought it looked pretty good. I love the angry eyes, but one day driving home from work, the rain came down like you wouldn't believe. It came in buckets, and it was so sharp that it just basically power washed all the paint right off the headlights. So I was going to redo these, but actually when I ordered them, I ordered the wrong ones. I got the blue LEDs inside. I don't really care for them. I want the white LEDs, so I'm going to go ahead and put some new headlights in with angry eyes, my style. Alright, so the supplies I'm going to use for this project. I got my blown roll of paper towels. Yeah. I got my soapy water, isopropyl rubbing alcohol. I got some sorted squeegees and the old credit card with some duct tape on it. I got the microfiber cloth. I got the 3M pinstripe, the reflective pinstripe to match the rest of the car. I got an old XJ window with some tint on it. I'm going to try to peel it off and reuse it. I don't know if it's going to work being recycled and all, but I figured I'd give it a shot before I run out and buy a roll of tint from the store. And last but not least, well, most importantly, the headlights themselves. I've had those other blue ones on for about almost a year, maybe. So far, they've never leaked, they've never fogged up, and they never let me down. So I'm just going to continue to use these, and these also work very well with my HID conversion. So that's a big plus for me. Alright, well, crap. Right off the bat I could tell I got the wrong ones. I wanted the reflective inside, like my old ones. I got the black inside. I hope that doesn't affect the output of the light, but since it's already black, it kind of makes the angry eyes a moot point. Well, we're going to proceed anyway, and let's see how it turns out. Comes out crappy, I could always go back to this one, and yeah, I guess I was just more concerned about getting the white trim LEDs instead of the blue trim LEDs. Oh well. Alright, so oh, hello me. I'm just gonna basically tint these the same way I tinted the windows. If you want to check out that video, take a look up there. And yeah, nothing special about this. I'm gonna buzz through it and tear off a piece of that old tint. Alright, I cut a little piece of triangle of tint off the headlight. It didn't really want to come off too easy. We'll see how it looks. I don't know. Gonna hit it with the soapy water. And I'm gonna find my line. I'm gonna take this thing from this line right up to the center of this top corner. That's where I want me eyes to go. Me angry eyes. I don't know if there's enough glue left on this tint for it to adhere, but I'm gonna grab my heat gun. We're gonna give it a shot. Ugh. This is not gonna work. Epic fail. Alright, scratch that idea. Think I'm gonna have to go back to paint. Alright, well, to paint these, same principles apply. I'm gonna want to clean these up as best I can so the paint adheres to where I want the angry eyes. The last time I scuffed up the areas of where I wanted the paint to stick to, and it really didn't help. So I'm just going to paint these knowing that eventually they'll peel off, and I'm gonna have to just touch them up as I go. Alright, I'm gonna extend my eyes again from this line to the center of this top corner, and that should line it up right with the body panel that I'm aiming to stay in line with. I always like to have things seem like they're supposed to be there, whether it's a ridiculous mod like Angry Eyes or adding extra switches in your bezel. I just like things to look like they're supposed to be there, like they're factory OEM, and I like it hard to notice that things were modded. This kind of doesn't apply. So at this level of anger, I'm going to have the black paint slightly cut off where the center of that eyeball is supposed to look. Should give it a nice little aggressive feel. I'm hoping. I'm going to spice up these old extras every now and then, you know? Alright, here we go. Here's a can of factory paint to match the Jeep. And I'm going to make the same mistake twice. What do they say the definition of insanity is? Keep repeating the same mistakes over and over, expecting a different outcome? We'll see. Not gonna go too heavy, gonna let it stick. Come back in 5 minutes, do another coat. Nice smooth coat. Alright, gonna let this set up and I'm gonna take out the old headlights. Alright, so clearly these headlights are a little bit more complex than your regular one-plug headlight, but see if I can make sense of it for you in a minute. Alright, so here's my headlight setup. I got these rows of LED accent lights, and they are tied in together on, this is actually a plug for the vanity lights in the visors of XJs. I had a couple of those laying around, so I took them off and made a connection to keep these nice and neat. And these are the HID bulb plugs. You have to run an HID wiring harness with a couple ballasts and a couple other relays. Can you say exhaust leak? Yeah, so you gotta run some extra wires for those. I could show you all that in another video if I ever need to replace it, because sometimes they tend to go. They're made in China and they suck. But why I put up with it is because I really like the HID output. They're nice and bright. A lot of people say, dude, why don't you get some LEDs? Well, I do like the LEDs. I think they're really nice. A lot of them have really good styling, and I do like them. But I live where we get snow, and HIDs put out a lot more heat than LEDs. LEDs do not have enough heat coming off the bulbs to melt snow and ice as it accumulates on your headlights. So I stick with the HIDs, and that's what I like. So there. Alright, next side. Alright, so if you're clumsy like me, there's a good chance every time you take out the headlights, you're going to drop one of these stupid bezel screws behind your turn signal light. So, actually I see it right there. Alright, I'm going to get a magnet, but otherwise you're just going to have to pop out these lights. 2 screws, simple. Happens all the time. Alright, telescopic magnet. These things save lives. Boom. number 2. Let me see if I can just show you inside here for a minute. I had to use a hole saw and extend the diameter of the hole where the headlight wires come through, because the way those headlights sit deeper into the header panel, I needed some clearance to get all those wires in. Kind of sucked, but there was really no way around it. Alright, so back here on the bench, I'm just going to snip off these old connectors because I need to reuse them. I love how when I go back to revisit a job that I have completed in the past, and I say, wow, man, I really did a nice job putting this together. That's the best. Opposed to when you revisit a job and you look at it and you say, damn, man, what was I thinking? I suck. I think I'm just going to go right here. These crimpers are from like 1950. My dad had a pair of these, and he always bragged about how amazing they were, and they don't make them like they used to. So I went on eBay, and I found the exact same pair. And haha, now I have one too. Made in USA, baby. They're amazing. He was right. Dang, man. Just when you think you're going to have enough light, the sun drops. Winter time is crazy. And I don't like daylight savings. Throws everybody off for like a month. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, it's kind of important. These LEDs, they have polarity, so you can only wire them up one way. If you wire them reversed, then they won't light. So I had everything working great on the old headlights. I'm hoping that the internals of these headlights aren't switched for some weird reason. But I got these just the right way because they're tapped into my parking lights. So when I turn on the parking lights, these accessory lights go on. Let's hope they're the same, because I didn't even really think of it. I just went right for it. Black to black, red to red. We're going to find out eventually, I guess. Now I'm going to set up my bulbs. These cups. These don't fit my HID lights. So I'm going to use these from an old set I had. I think maybe on the Mustang. And they're a little bit big, but I just taped them down nice and tight with electrical tape. So I'm going to reuse this setup. And you can see how much these bulbs protrude out of the headlight lens. Hence the drilling of that hole. Oh, look at that. I doubled it up. Surprise, surprise. Go me. Alright. Well, I'll just duplicate this exact setup. And just to make sure, the open part goes to the top. So I'm going to flip these around and insert them. Alright, slide that little bracket over it and they just lock in place. Now gasket number 1. And gasket number 2. Sealed the crap out of them. Cool. Nice and tight. And same connections. Alright, just removed the tape. Man, I like that a lot. OEM black on the lens. And if you guys ever use this 3M pinstriping stuff, they have a layer of clear film over it. And you won't get the proper reflectivity if you don't peel it off. It's very hard to notice. Here we go. Focus. There it is. You could barely tell that this is on it. A lot of people put this stuff on. They're like, what the heck? It's not as reflective as I thought it would be. And They're forgetting to do this. But there you go. That's better. Reflective black pinstriping. I love it. Alright, just gonna outline my paint mark. Perfect. This headlight could go back in. Alright, there it is. I'm gonna put it in now, and I guess I'll tell you a little story while I work on this. If you guys want to know why I chose the reflective pinstripe, it's because this truck, when I bought it, had white dual pinstripes going down the side, and I hated it. I wanted to cover it up with a stick-on pinstripe instead of taking that wheel and buffing it off the car. So while I was online looking for black pinstripes, I found this black reflective 3M stuff. Figured it might be cool, so I gave it a shot, and I love it. Alright guys, last minute executive decision. Swapping out these tinted amber lenses. I don't really care for anything amber on a car. I know you have to have amber for the turn signals. I tried to tint them out to make them look a little better, blend in with the black, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go back to the old smoke. I'm gonna try that out. I really like these, and give these a shot again. So I guess when the other headlight is in, I will go around the whole vehicle and I will change all the lenses. I cut the tabs off these lenses years ago doing an experiment with some one-piece grill and headlight door assembly. A cockamamie scheme I tried to invent, but didn't turn out too good. And it left me with having to use nylon washers to hold these lenses in place, so whatever. You live and you learn. I'm not sure if I mentioned it. I think I did when I took the header panel apart. But be careful when you buy these on eBay. Make sure you see the pictures of these two little tabs down here. I bought one on eBay to replace the chrome ones that I got that came on this car. Because this was a 2000, and some of the limiteds, or all the limiteds in 2000, had the grill and headlight pieces chrome. I didn't like it. Got a black set, and one of these tabs was broken when I got it. So that sucked. Had to find a new seller, and got another OEM black headlight door. Well, there she is. Passenger side complete. I will do the driver's side, switch out some lenses, and I'll show you how nice they look at night. Almost there already. Alright, she's all done. I got the tinted amber lenses out of there, and I got my smoke lenses in, and there's my Angry Eyes headlights with LED accent lights and a reflective stripe. I don't know if you can see that. I freaking love it, guys. I never knew something so angry could make me so happy. No, not you, babe. Love you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love my wife very much. But there you go. Let me pop the headlights on. Got amber bulbs for the smoke lenses. Looking good. And it's really hard to get a good shot. Alright guys, that's it for the Angry Eye headlight install. Sorry about the lighting. I know it's very difficult to try to focus on a light source, especially at night. So in the daytime, I'm going to have to give you a walk around, check out the lenses, and the finished product. So yeah, I really wanted to use the tint to make the Angry Eyes, and unfortunately I tried to use used tint. I should have known better. It didn't stick, so I went with the paint. The paint failed me in the past, so I know that this is not going to last. Also, the black lens inside, it's not the same output as the reflective. I'm going to have to get different headlights So once again, my quest for the perfect headlight is still not complete. If you guys have any suggestions, if you guys do angry eyes a different way, let me know. I'd love to try it. Also, do you even like the angry eyes? I know some people hate them, some people love them. I really love them, so it will happen again. So shout it out in the comments. Give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next project.